Here's Soin in the upper left. Here's iNSUEP in the bottom right. Or just stream the retreat? Absolutely. I think I'll stream some Diablo as well afterwards. Wow. Get the double game. So, Farseer Headhunters for Soin. He showed last week he's very capable of playing both Blade and Farseer, but tends to be a little bit stronger with the Farseer recently. And for iNSUEP, gonna go with the Ted Fiends, which he played against both styles with success last week. No need to do the Crypt Lord. His DK seems to be on point. Oh, my cat's clawing me. It's alright, kitty. Claw me. Headhunters, I think, is a good map, though, for Farseer Headhunters. I think it's a good map. By the way, Peanut Butter Pancakes, if you're looking for a way to resolve that bet, Todd won, so you could just do that, because they're still betting for the same thing. If you wanted to do that, that's totally fine. Farseer goes across the map. And Death Knight goes straight to the expansion. Interesting. Someone's gonna take one of the turtles. Can you take this with one turtle? I guess so. The other wolf goes into scout. Is it a Crypt Lord? Is it a Death Knight? Is it, you know, fast fiends? Slow Death Knight. iNSUEP steals away the circlet and then goes straight up to the expansion. The other expansion, that is. Very cool. Oh, cool. You did figure out the predictions. Thank you, Peanut Butter Pancakes. Appreciate ya. And the other item will go to iNSUEP. Because Soin, I think, is not getting the upper hand in this early creep route. Maybe if he goes into the base and forces iNSUEP back, he could. This is just a really good creep route from iNSUEP.
A player's forces are under attack.
It's really good. He's going to get level 2. As will Soin, but in my opinion, level 2 versus level 2 is going to favor iNSUEP because Aura against Headhunters when there's no level 2 wolves is very, very strong. So yeah, this is a good opener for iNSUEP. A nice creep route. But Soin going to probably find the Death Knight and the Fiend now. But already with Aura and plenty of mana. Could even have started just chasing that Headhunter back. But iNSUEP's going to play safe for now. Both players pretty much dead even experience. 10 experience lead for the undead. Someone going tier 2. Who has the tech lead? Pretty even in the tech department. Someone creeping at the same time, because he can do that quite easily with the number of Headhunters he currently has. It's 6 out of this barracks. I canceled the Todd bet. Okay, that's an absolutely fine way to do it as well. I didn't even know you could cancel bets, so that's why I was wondering about that. Never had to do that myself. That's good, you can do that. Barracks coming up, or Bestiary rather, coming up, and Tier 3 Tech Shadowhunter. I'm assuming Tier 3 Tech will be underway soon. Dark Ranger second for iNSUEP. The best way to play this right here. And it would take quite the Chain Lightning, but no. iNSUEP going to use a coil to secure. And the illusion to scout the rest of it. Someone doing some nice split creeping. This is going to be level 3, yeah. And you gets the last hit there, the Chain Lightning. The block from the DK. Oh my god, iNSUEP. Oh, the Fiend. You have to choose, do you coil the Farseer or the Fiend? And he chooses to force the Town Portal, but might lose the Fiend. The Aura will save the Fiend. INSUEP, my god. What a block from that illusion. Soin did pretty much seal his fate in saying, okay, I'm just going to use the Town Portal but try and kill the Fiend. So he wasn't getting blocked entirely the entire time, but still very nicely done. Shadowhunter comes out, grabs that Ring of Protection from the Sea Giant camp, and now we'll probably go for the lab. INSUEP's been scouting. The illusions are so nice here because you can just follow around the Orc, and if they ever commit to a big camp, you just creep jack them right away. And if they don't commit to a big camp, you just creep small yourself. Probably could even send another illusion right now, if he wanted to. So, and yeah, there's a tier 3. Pretty even for both players.
A player's forces are under attack.
Hex. Oh, Hex on a Fiend. Will be a little bit blocked. Coil used. Don't think he'll be able to save this Fiend. He's going to lose that. Oh, Soin finding some big kills. 2 Fiends going to go down. Oh my god. He did that in INSUEP's base as well. No fear at all. 2 Fiends falling, a massive advantage now for Soin. Despite INSUEP probably getting the creep route advantage in the early game. Oh, this is going to be a bit of an awkward pull. Farseer continues to pressure as the Shadowrun goes back to creep on the map. Just really good play from Soin now with this Farseer so far. Potion of Invulnerability, and close to level 3 Shadowrunner can maybe go... I don't know what camp that Shadowrunner actually goes to next. Just to the green, apparently. The wolves will continue to be a nuisance, as so often they are. I mean, have you ever met a wolf that wasn't a nuisance? And the No Overseer will go as well as Pendant of Energy to INSUEP.
A player's forces are under attack.
Berserker form kicks in, first Raider available, Kodo on the way. Do we have attack upgrades? +2? No, no attack upgrades. That's what's different between Soin and Focus, I think, is the big player that really loves those attack upgrades. Focus at this stage would have 2-0, maybe even 3-0 on the way already. He would really cut every corner lumber-wise, even get extra peons maybe at times to do that. Whereas Soin doesn't seem to really prioritize the 3-0 so much. So we'll get the level 3 if nothing goes catastrophically wrong and get the Potion of Vulnerability. Lich should be on the way, and the Orb soon will be as well. Torn Chieftain, yeah, on the way as well. Creepjack comes in, Town Portal immediately. INSUEP doesn't want to fight before he's got tier 3. Destroyer now available for the wolves, and a couple of creeps still contestable on the map, this being the main one of those. INSUEP goes over here. He who wins this fight will win many more consumables, notably maybe a Mana Stone here, maybe a big heal from the other turtle camp. So this is an important next 30 to 45 seconds. So far, the passivity from Soin might be costing him this red camp right under his nose. The item's still up for grabs. It will go to INSUEP, as well as the experience. Yeah, heal wards available. Ooh, the Destroyer ensnared out of position, though. Kodo gets to eat. Nice start to the fight for Soin. He didn't really care about giving up that camp. He more so cared about maybe just winning the game with this fight. Ooh, ensnare on a Fiend. Couple getting low. The next stomp will be a big one. Okay, a couple of units going down now On the Orc side of things, this next stomp, though. Oh, nice coil. Destroyer gets morphed and immediately ensnared again. Two Fiends back, but might be killed by the single Wolf. Coil saves one of the two of them. This Kodo might be going down. There's only one more coil left. Fiend comes back from the stomach. iNSUEP might be turning this around, but he doesn't have a statue right now. Is this a statue? No, it's another Fiend. You need a statue in this position so that your heroes can have that little bit of extra more mana at the end of the fight. A lot of skeletons piling up, though. At the end of the day, I think they traded pretty evenly. Soin with about a 6 supply advantage. Make that a little less than that as one header falls. And Soin with a 1,200 gold bank?
A player's forces are
Thanks
under
to the
attack.
expansion that came up behind this. Was this a... This was a slow expansion, by the way. All the pressure here, the creep jack here, the fight over this camp, all served to buy time for the expansion that not only did I miss, but also iNSUEP has definitely missed. Tombstone Chieftain. Destroyer again caught out of position. Stomp is big. Where are the statues? Okay, one now comes out. Level 4 in the Death Knight. Raiders really, really good, and Soin spends that bank to be able to get a big supply advantage now. 10 supply advantage. And there's not a lot of coils left, only one, and that one cannot save that Fiend. Damn, did he just morph his next Destroyer as well? I guess he had to because it was getting low from the focus fire of the wolves. The Kodo gets to eat, Destroyer falls. A couple of headhunters will die, but iNSUEP out of mana, out of units. Doesn't even know about the expansion yet. And this is about to be a Hex. There it is. There's no coil to save the Dark Ranger, and that's probably going to be game 1 for Soin. Purge from the orb on the Farseer Stomp. There is a Hex as well. Ensnare. Next Stomp will have to be... Oh, he doesn't have the potion any longer. He's trying to pass it, actually. He had it on the Lich all along. And that'll be 1-0 for Soin. Going into game 2, we'll see what map 2 is. But definitely after last week, we cannot count iNSUEP out if he just gets down 1-0. Do we have a result from Cruncher Todd, by the way? The grid is not updating. Can you guys see a little bit of my cat's head, by the way? Oh, hey there. There we go. There's my cat. Hi. In case you couldn't notice. So 1-0 for Soin. Map 2 will be Autumn Leaves. Soin probably going to stick to the Farseer Headhunters. Probably. iNSUEP, we'll see if he changes anything up. I don't think he necessarily has to. Those 2 Fiend losses really were difficult to come back from. Okay, the grid has updated. No final result from Cruncher Todd yet. So here we go into game number 2. iNSUEP in the bottom left, Soin in the upper right. Already a different build order from iNSUEP, going for knowing what we know, and that's that Soin most likely going to go for Farseer Headhunters again. He's just going for fast Fiends, which is quite good against Farseer Headhunters. But the downside of the fast Fiend build is if the Orc player just creeps level 3, you're about a level behind as the Undead, just by default, because of course your hero is out later. Yeah, will be Farseer Headhunters. No surprises here. And nothing crazy either. Should be a Death Knight still for INSUP, and the Farseer, we can now see it. Soon to be out. And we'll see if Soin, when he comes out of the altar with this Farseer, will he creep or will he harass? Because, of course, he won't know the build order of INSUP. He hasn't peon scouted, for instance, so he may just creep a little bit and then go for the harass, only to find INSUP has plenty of fiends to deal with that harass already. Come on, kitty. You're on my mouse pad. Get down here. There we go. There we go. And Farseer comes out. Death Knight will be out pretty soon with 2 fiend friends. The Farseer will go across the map. Fiend gonna pull this. Needs to be careful to not get ensnared. Normally it's just all helpful, the little bit of damage you can get, but if you do get this Fiend ensnared, it's gonna cost you a coil right away because the Farseer's right here. Soin, he might know this timing because the Death Knight's out. Does he have time to steal the Berserker? It's below 100. INSUP does get the coil, but the item, the Gloves of Haste, do go to Soin. But the experience here is more important for both players than the items. Arguably, maybe the item's pretty important for INSUP. Soin does get that Wolf there, 32 experience. And the Trapper will go to INSUP. Soin goes back probably just to creep himself, honestly. 3 fiends? Yeah, 3 fiends before tech for INSUP. He might just run across the map. The only camp he could really go to would be the shop, the green, or the expansion, or he could just run across the map, which seems to be the plan he's looking to do. Trying to bully Soin off of any creep camps and take them for himself. Yeah, 3rd Fiend is already almost here. Tech on the way. 3rd Ghoul should soon be coming out. Maybe a 4th Fiend. We'll keep an eye on this crypt. Okay, 4th Fiend before 3rd Ghoul. So a lot of pressure is coming Soin's way. Shop is up. Heal salves, but no speed scroll. One Headhunter might be falling. Yeah, I don't think there's any saving this Headhunter. And already focus fire on the next one. This Fiend could block. I think INSUP's looking to do that. Yeah, maybe this far back one. Yeah, it's going to be 2 Headhunters going down. A nice early game for INSUP. Does get the experience as well. 1 kill off of level 2. And he's going to get a 3rd Headhunter in level 2. That's Aura. That's healing now. An excellent start to the game 2 for INSUP. Now getting the 3rd Ghoul. Oh, Skeleton would stop the Farseer from going in, so Farseer has to go away. Tier 2's now done, so 50 seconds before Shadowhunter. 55 seconds. Coil used defensively. And here comes the second hero. INSUP saw the altar start flashing, so he knows in his head the exact amount of time he has. Out of skeletons, though, so maybe just going all the way back home would be wise. He got what he needed. He got 3 Headhunters in the early game. 4 salves. Delayed the creeping, got a level advantage. I don't think INSUP could really ask for more out of the early game. Gonna get the Dark Ranger right away. And Soin tries to equalize the advantage INSUP got by taking a middle camp. This is always a good idea. If you're behind, try to take a risk. Try to get ahead some other way. Knight goes back, probably for another rod, maybe even for a potion? Yeah, potion as well. Then tier 3 will soon follow. Slaughterhouse before tier 3 could be wise as well, and Sup could continue the aggression that he has started. Soin did get a mana stone from that. Shadowhunter's coming to meet up with the army. Hex on the Death Knight to slow down the entire army. Ooh, Skeleton is in front, but the Headhunter realizes this and moves to the left instead. And Insup's in really good shape here. Did he go for a Slaughterhouse? No, surprised to see Insup tech before getting his Slaughterhouse. You imagine just how effective one statue on the way would be right now. He takes one more creep camp. Farseer almost level 2. The Hex comes in. Coil used. Is Insup gonna stand his ground here? He might be. He's gonna take some losses though. Ooh, Hex again. Oh, Insup might be overextending. He's about to lose 2 Fiends. Okay. Surround on the Shadowhunter. Silence as well. Town Portal could be passed. It will be. Hex on a 3rd Fiend before the TP. Oh, Insup cannot lose his Fiend, but he will. Such excellent micro from Soin. Oh my god. He saves every head under the Shadowhunter and kills 3 Fiends there. Just perfect execution from Soin there. And over-aggression from Insup. He could have just fallen back, crapped, waited for the first statue. But instead, he tries to push the advantage. Coil, okay, he's gonna kill the Shadowhunter. Forces a TP, kills the Shadowhunter. But, oh, he's gonna lose a 4th Fiend, though. There's no saving this guy. Insup kills another Headhunter, but the first Raider comes in. That's a 5th Fiend. Ooh, and the miss rally. Oh, Soin knows. He sees it. He sees it. And this Fiend will die as well. That's number 6. Yes, some Headhunters are falling, but 6 Fiends? I mean, that's unrecoverable almost. Level 2 Death Coil finds another Headhunter. Insup is still getting ahead in hero levels, though. That is something that he's managed to get out of this early game. And he's still finding some kills. Okay. And another Headhunter. Oh, Town Portal! Oh, there's a Chain Lightning! Oh no, there's a Chain Lightning and the Death Knight's gonna fall as well. And he's got a Tavern to buy it, because or else the Dark Ranger will die as well. Still doesn't cancel that Clarity. That means another Hex is available and TP out. Ooh. Unfortunate for Insup. But he has reached tier 3. Can't really afford the Shadowhunter or the Orb yet. He's pulling the ghouls. I suppose just to be strong in case of a creep jack. So, probably tier 3. Yeah, tier 3. Oh, that was weird. You guys see that? That was some sick camera movement right there. Torn Chieftain not on the way. Both players have taken such heavy losses that their tier 3 is not as strong as it would be.
A player's forces are under attack.
Potion of Invulnerability. Did Insup build a 4th ghoul? No, he sent the ghouls back. Yeah, Lich is very much needed. Okay, now he's getting his Lich and he'll get his Orb afterwards. See what the item is. Ring of Protection for Soin. Of course, the item's not as impactful for the Orc in this situation as they would be for the Undead, or as they would be for, say, a Blade Master. But still, Soin happy to get them. Close pace, level 3. Torn Chieftain on the way? No, not quite yet. Is this just a tiny? Yeah, just a tiny Great Hall. Also, Runed Bracers, by the way, from the lab. Excellent item. Very, very good item for Soin. Lich is out, Orb is out.
A player's forces are under attack.
And so still with a fighting chance, but definitely didn't come out ahead and needs to find a way to break this expansion. Now, this seems a little bit trivial, but what iNSUEP could do is creep this camp, get a bunch of skeletons, creep this, get some more, creep this, maybe get some more, and then push with a bunch of skeletons towards the tiny Great Hall if he does know, yeah, which he does now know. So iNSUEP's goal here should be, I need to get as many skeletons snowballing as possible. This camp should be on his mind, and then push.
Players' forces are under attack.
Because that's the only way you push and break this expansion guaranteed, is if you have the supply advantage via summons. He does have quite a few right now. Nice Nova. Oh, again, Destroyer caught out of position. We'll get a Devour, though. Could have even maybe delayed that Devour. Coils the skeleton by accident. Destroyer falls, but a Raider and a Berserker fell. And still there's plenty of skeletons here. Another Destroyer morph. I do think maybe iNSUEP puts a little bit too much weight in the value of Destroyers when instead he could have a statue in the back right now. Devour could be used. Nice micro the Destroyer. iNSUEP pushing forward with good mana still, but he's got to break this right now. Ends up with a supply advantage. Torn Chieftain comes in. Peons are a skeleton in the making, as is that Raider. Heal Wave actually misses. And the Kodo out of position horribly as well. Soin with a little bit of fumbly bumbly butterfingers here. Coil could kill that, but might not be worth the mana investment. Oh, iNSUEP! No, iNSUEP! And he's got no town portal, so he can't even say. Yeah, now he notices. So he couldn't even TP out and re-push with that 12 supply at the bottom of the map right now. But iNSUEP still with a much stronger army. I think, again, he should be in a position to actually win this game, which I'm surprised I'm saying this, because it seemed like after that early game there was really no way, but maybe this tiny Great Hall was a bit too greedy from Soin. And also, he doesn't have any attack upgrades on his Berserkers. I can almost guarantee you if this was a focus game or maybe a Hitman game, these would be 3-0 Berserkers right now. Tiny Great Hall still withstanding. 49 versus 49. As all those fiends and those statues meet up with the whole army. Statue is good. Again, the Destroyer gets caught out. Might be able to live, but it's purged. And yeah, that's crazy focus fire. Oh, focus fire. This might not be the best choice for Soin, because it's a potion of invulnerability. The stomp is perfectly timed, though! Heal Scroll used potion of invulnerability. Oh my god. That was close. That would have been game 2 right there. And the expansion may be broken. Soin could... I mean, he's kind of got to hold this, right? He's kind of got to. But he could give up the Expo and go maybe try to creep a red. Oh, another skeleton here in the making. Dark Ranger will make sure to get that. Oh, doesn't actually. Those are the sort of things that you need to make sure you get the skeleton off of it. Because it's so impactful, having those skeletons with these sorts of armies. And as long as this expansion is not mining, iNSUEP's happy. He doesn't need to do anything other than stop this expansion from mining, and he should be in a good spot to win this game. Torn Chieftain with nice items to keep him alive. Potion of Invulnerability could be passed over. Someone might be looking for the Death Knight again. Like this Death Knight half health, nothing to save him. Purge on the out of position Fiend. Is there no Burrow right now? There's no Burrow. +2 on the way. So it's still 0-0. Not even an attack upgrade. Oh, could have been a nicely timed coil there, but Soin finds a kill. Ends up pushing forward. Silence on the Torn Sheet. Oh no, silence on the Shadow Hunter. Coil Nova on the Farseer. And just like that, the first hero goes down. The Destroyer again caught out. The Torn Chieftain gets Aura finally. The Kodo gets to eat. Hex maybe focus fire on the hero of INSUEP now. Uh-oh, there's not a stomp. Push and vulnerability passed over. Coil could be used to save that Fiend as well as the Frost Armor. And this Fiend goes down. Oh, gotta let my cat out. My cat's meowing. One sec, kitty. Another Berserker goes down. Soin running away. Save my cat. Expansion's still up and mining. Statue's so much value right now. The Raiders could be focused down as well. Again, the Destroyer seems to be more of a liability than anything. Yes, it's good for the Hex, which is kind of essential to keep the Death Knight alive. Yes, it's good for the Wolves, but really, if it keeps getting ensnared out of position, someone's been so on point with that. The expansion lives? There's no way the expansion lives. Surely not. 51 versus 42. And Potion of Vulnerability seems to be necessary for INSUEP because the focus fire on the DK seems to be one more damage away from killing him. And the Farseer is out, but INSUEP wants to go back and creep a red. But Soin looks to be creepjacking it. I don't think Soin can actually win the creepjack, but he could delay long enough for the Farseer to come out, maybe. Raider, a little bit missed position, taking a lot of damage close to Coil Nova range, but maybe the Nova would be wiser used on a clump, and it is. Heal Wave again mistimed. And that's a big deal. If you miss a heal wave like that, yes, it still bounces around, but it doesn't get that initial big heal. It's just wasted. It's gone. It's essentially a miscoil. Farseer is out. The reinforcements coming in. The expansion mining with 2 now. This up seems to be trading favorably time and time again. More skeletons. And again, these peons are not gonna... They're not gonna mine enough to pay back the 75 gold that Soin paid for them. Because INSUEP's just always on top of it, assuming he goes for them right now. More skeletons. The experience isn't needed here. The skeletons are nice. Actually, the Death Knight's almost level 5. Fiend caught out of position. No big hero levels on the way for Soin unless he can get TC3. That Fiend goes down. The first stomp is good. Thought an Archmage just died, but that was a creep. 2 Berserkers getting quite low. Oh, the Purge has been so good from the Orb on the Farseer. And there's no coils all of a sudden. There's only 1 coil left. Has Soin fought long enough? He's now mining with 4 out of 5. Oh, Berserker out of position. And INSUEP needs these statues to be working for him. And more skeletons. Every time I see peons from the undead lens, I'm just thinking, that's a skeleton. And as soon as this Lich hits level 4, that means Dark Ritual on the level 2 skeletons. And Dark Ranger's actually close to level 5, guys. These hero levels are looking terrifying if you're Soin. Soin has held on to this expansion miraculously so far, and he's managed to keep up in supply as well, despite investing so much gold into the peons at this expansion and repairing it. There's a Garg that's a miss macro from INSUEP. 2 Destroyers up in the air. He comes in to reinforce 2-0 Fiends against 0-0 Berserkers and no attack upgrades in sight, actually. This expansion might finally fall. There's still a red camp to fight over. By the way, did that Golem ever get crept? No, it actually didn't, right? No, it didn't. Someone's still holding on to the expansion. I feel there were times where iNSUEP could have probably just attacked it and killed it, but still makes the game exciting. And the red camp. Now, I don't think there's any chance it doesn't go to iNSUEP at this stage, but maybe the positioning could favor Soin as he gets worse on battle drums. My god. And so 2 attack upgrades weren't enough. Statue, like I said, missed position. Coil Nova, the Farseer, horribly out of position. It just goes down. Now the Shadow Hunter. Again. The hero positioning, but the level 2 stomp now. It's quite nice. The positioning is just awful for Soin, though. That Nova hit everything. And yeah, the stomps are big, but look how many Berserkers are going down. The Kodo gonna fall, and it will bring a Fiend back. 2 Destroyers and a Statue have died, but that's it so far for iNSUEP. And more Berserkers are going to fall. The expansion is mining again, but 50 against 41. It's looking like we have a tied series. Look at the skeletons now. The level 3 skeletons and the Lich is level 4. Actually, did he not go? Okay, now he got Dark Ritual. So infinite Novas. Level 3 skeletons paired with Dark Ritual is ridiculous. Almost unbeatable, I would argue, at this stage in the game. Because this Lich is always going to have a Nova. And GG will be called. That is 1-1. A really nice game from iNSUEP, minus those missed rallies in the mid-game. It gets tied up. We're going to game 3. These guys have been having some close games recently. Sorry, I opened my door during that game to let my cat out and didn't close it. Yeah, these guys have been having some crazy games recently. Very, very nice games. And, you know, that game was lost with that expansion not ever actually going down. That Tiny was held on to the entire game. And 1-1. And Todd was able to defeat Cruncher 2-1. So Todd is waiting in the grand finals for the winner of this next game. Yeah, a little bit of bumbly-fumbly Butterfingers from both players. A little bit of some macro mistakes from iNSUEP, and then some micro mistakes from Soin. So both players having some slight errors in game 2. And let's not forget, that game, iNSUEP lost 6 Fiends in the early game. Maybe I was undervaluing just how many Berserkers or how many Headhunters at that stage he was getting in return. Because he must have killed at least 8 Headhunters in the early game, which still isn't worth 6 Fiends. Not at all. But maybe that he got enough compensation for his losses. And of course, he got the Shadowhunter kill. He got a hero level advantage, which he continued to have that hero level advantage at the end of the game. Remember, 5-5-4 heroes against 4-3-3, right? Which is a big difference. Yeah, Dark Ranger proving to be the right choice. Thank you, Sir Poppy, my man. Okay, iNSUEP needs 1 sec. I need a sip of water. God, what a game. What a game. These guys are so exciting, man. This is like a new rivalry I'm going to start looking forward to, man. New rivalry, for sure. Hope to see these two play a lot more. This water bottle always leaks. Maybe I should drink out of this top thing, but never opens. Maybe I should get a new water bottle. How about that? How about that? I need to sleep. The game's so good. Yeah, and the grand finals are going to be so good too. We're either going to have iNSUEP versus Todd or Soin versus Todd. Come on. In a best of 5? You guys got to stick around. You guys got to stick around. There's no way. There's no way. Hey, Zornix with the 4 months. For my cute little Carson, why'd people happy? Thank you, Azornix. Good to see you, buddy. Fun fact, me and Azornix used to manage a clan in 2015 together. It was a fun fact. Third map is Northern Isles. Third map is Northern Isles. Yeah, the Great Hall more served as a skeleton barracks than really a building which produces peons that game, if you think about it. That's how I see it, at least. In relation to Ron Jeremy, not that I know of. Not that I know of. But we're all related in some way, right? Some characteristic, right? We're all similar somehow. Game 3, Northern Isles. Here we go. 1-1. Winner of this goes up against Todd. Insup at the bottom left. Soin in the upper right. Soin probably... Well, I say probably. This is a map where he could go Blade Master. He could go Blade Master on this map. For Insup, he's not going Fast Fiends again. Probably afraid there's a potential for Soin to go Blade Master here, actually. Or else maybe he just goes Fast Fiends again. But we will see. Nope, this will be Farseer Headhunters for Soin, because there's 5 on the gold mine. So we're going to have a very similar game to the first game. I mean, the build order was better for Insup in the last, but that's just because Soin decided to harass into it. And of course, you're fighting 3 Fiends with 2 Headhunters. You're never going to win that fight, and then Insup can bully you and get a level advantage, which he maintained throughout the game. But in the case of these build orders, Standard Farseer Headhunters versus Ted Fiends, if Soin comes across and starts to harass right away, they're going to be on even experience. And the Headhunter numbers are going to be greater than the Fiend numbers, so it will actually end up being better probably for Soin overall. Wait, what Todd? What, Todd? What did you hear? You heard nothing. You heard nothing. And Death Knight comes out, goes to his poor sheep sacrifice. And Soin goes crops map, not going to creep. Maybe going to steal away the potential level 2 creep from Insup, but he's definitely not going to get here in time to creep jack this camp. And 2 burrow tech, single zig tech most likely. Nerubian will be forced by a single wolf. And Claws of Attack, which is an excellent item for Insup. Soin is looking for a Mantle of Intelligence. He does get a Mantle of Intelligence. Ideal items for both players, but I mentioned in the last game, the items, the permanent items, the non-consumable items here, better for the undead overall. This Ensnare, awful for Soin. This might just be dead. Might just be dead city. But Insup not wanting to use 2 coils. Wanting to only use 1, so he's going to take a lot of damage for it, but won't be denied. Will go down, but the Death Knight is getting awfully low. Oh, Insup wants to take away this Huntsman because that would give him aura if he can get it. We'll see. Soin probably aware of this. And and Soin perfectly executed as always. Oh, one more attack and it's dead. TP out on 3 health. Actually, that was a low roll. I think that Death Knight could have died because Insup's Town Portal was late. Ritual Dagger forced. Fiend denied, or Skeleton denied by the Fiend. Soin going to continue his aggressive creeping. But INSUEP is healthy enough now to continue pressuring, and the ensnare does not go the way of Soin, but no skeletons means, okay, there is some skeletons, but the ensnare wears off. The healing attempting to be cancelled, but INSUEP's gotten most of the value from the Ritual Dagger at this point. Second Ritual Dagger charge will actually be cancelled. Second Headhunter. Coil turnaround. Chain Lightning. Level 2 Aura. And I don't think the Death Knight would have died, but that level up definitely helped a ton.
A player's forces are under attack.
And yes, INSUEP's had to Town Portal out, but he's gotten 2 Headhunter kills and not lost anything so far. Shadowhunter on the way. Bestiary all standard in Philadelphia. And will it be a Dark Ranger again? If INSUEP can get to the tavern, most likely, but he might just be forced into a Lich. He does get to the tavern with the skeleton. Oh, this Fiend might be a little bit in stranger danger territory.
A player's forces are under attack.
Oh, there's a Chain Lightning, but Potion was available. Okay, nice for INSUEP to go back and get that Potion, but that's already close to 400 gold spent on healing on this Death Knight. That's going to delay the Tier 3, but the Slaughterhouse coming up this time before the Tier 3 tech, which I think was a mistake that INSUEP actually made in the last game. Could be wrong, but I do like to see Undeads get those statues very early, which Happy himself does. Happy does Slaughterhouse before Tier 3 tech, always against Farseer Headhunters. Greater Mana. INSUEP's gotten really good items so far this series, and Soin goes for the Creep Jack. INSUEP should send these Fiends back right now. He's about to lose 2 Fiends here. He's about to lose 2 Fiends. Bang, boom. And one is almost certainly going to die. Coil used. Question is how many return kills. There's a second Hex used on this Fiend. Is coiled again. Wants to just buy as much time as he can to Chain Lightning to secure said kill. And the ghouls are pulled, so Soin just Town Portals, or Speed Scrolls rather, away. Might as well be a Town Portal, right? You guys hear me? You know what I'm saying, guys? 2 more hexes available for the Shadowhunter, so still INSUEP has to be on his toes, so to speak.
A player's forces are under attack.
But if he's anything like me, he's sitting cross-legged right now in his computer chair. No resummon of the wolf, but the slab will give close to level 3 Farseer, close to level 2 Shadowhunter. Claws +9, not too bad at all. And INSUEP probably happy to be able to creep a little bit right now, to be given some space, to be able to get Death Knight level 3. Talisman of Evasion, not too good either, but probably on par with the Claws +9. Hex again. Let's remember there's no Town Portal. INSUEP kind of has to stand his ground. Ensnare is finished. It's going to help to finish off this Fiend. 1 Headhunter going to fall. Greater Mana used, but only level 1 coils will it supply. Hex, so the Death Knight can't save the Fiend, and it will go down. That's Fiend number 3, but 2 Headhunters about to go down as well. Now the statue comes in. This statue needs to be healing. Now it is. Still 2 more coils. Raider gets ensnared. INSUEP microing quite well despite the pressure from the Hex and Ensnare. They're both kind of losing everything. Death Knight level 3. Oh, this is looking like a potential for a surround, but I think instead coil used and... Oh!
A player's forces are under attack.
And save that Headhunter for now. Dark Ranger quite low on mana. You guys say mana or mana? Because I'm more of a mana guy, you know? But I do know some very smart people that say mana. But nevertheless, Black Arrow not online currently. Lich, about to come out. Torn Chieftain should be coming soon. So again, both players hit their tier 3 power spike at similar times, but someone's going to have just a little bit of map control. 41 versus 46. And iNSUEP looking for the coil last hit, Soin quite aware though. Oh, nice dodge on the ensnare with the destroyer form. My god. That was sick with it. Or else that statue guarantee was dead. And now the ghoul is actually being pulled, and here's the Lich with Orb. All of a sudden, iNSUEP might be in shape to fight, but the Torn Chieftain comes in at the same time for Soin. They're fighting over this potential Mana Stone right now. Nova, heal wave exchange. Fiend goes down. Devour is missed, and the Kodo tries to get away with the Speed Scroll. Devour on the Speed Scroll. Kodo goes down, Berserker gonna go down. The ensnare could find this destroyer kill, but the last coil finds its mark as well. The Nova, another Berserker met with another heal wave. The destroyer falls. Next stomp could be big. There's hasn't been any stomps yet, actually. Another Berserker falls. Is iNSUEP trading favorably here? I think he is. Last coil used, though. And Soin still has a lot of mana. He's still got 150 and 150. No heal waves left, but I think Soin at the end of the day is going to come out ahead in this fight. And let's remember, there's no town portal. It was used earlier. It's just down to skeletons. One Fiend. Raider gets killed. They're both losing everything again. They're both losing everything. Shadowwater gets surrounded out of nowhere. Unbelievable. The Lich is blocking the town portal pass, but Soin gets it. Jesus. You see that Lich movement as well from iNSUEP, and Soin gets out of here winning that fight because he does have units left over. That's how you determine who wins these fights. 33 versus 41. Well, we have a tiny Great Hall immediately. Not enough gold for it. Could cancel the Raider and the Headhunter for it, but probably not worth. At the end of the day, he who wins the fight gets not the Mana Stone, but the Health Stone. Soin comes straight across the map, and iNSUEP maybe again a little greedy. He's of course gotta be, because he's a little bit behind right now, but he might, with this Raider, be losing more than he bargained for. Soin could fake the ensnare to force the destroyer. See, he did anyway by going for that Fiend. Stomp, but the coil is on time. The Nova on a Berserker. iNSUEP's been using his ghouls quite well. He's only pulled one now, but could pull a couple others. Destroyer again, a liability. There's no coil for it. The Raider will be killed, though. And Wolf summoned right away as soon as it goes down. Statue being focused. Another statue morphed. In fact, the only statue morphed. Again, I think it would be more valuable as a statue itself. Just for more mana. Destroyer needs to devour to heal up a little bit. The coil will also help. And all of a sudden, iNSUEP has units, whereas Soin doesn't really have much at all. Destroyer will be killed. So many destroyers going down. Two Fiends versus a Kodo, a Raider, and a Berserker. Okay, just a Kodo and a Raider now. iNSUEP not getting Burrow either. Interestingly. It would have saved him a couple of Fiends. Level 4. The Farseer just dies? The Farseer's dead. Raider lives. Speed scroll away. Kodo doesn't have the luxury of being so fast despite having 4 legs. Nice stomp. But there is a coil, but the heal wave gets him above the threshold. Coil instead saves the Fiend, and the Kodo dies regardless thanks to the level 2 death, or well, death aura. Level 2 aura. Nova again used, ensnare, but far away from that Fiend. Both players pretty much out of mana, but the Shadowhunter still has heal waves. Fiend falls again. CORSAIR about 50% out. Healthstone passed over. No Frost Armor this time around, just Dark Ritual. Statue being chased will probably be morphed if someone goes for an ensnare. So many low units, that was a valuable heal wave. Again, Dark Ritual could be used, but the Skeleton might be more valuable in the army itself. There's a coil for the Raider, and that's a huge pickup, but needs one more attack to be able to kill it. Isn't able to get it.
The player's forces are under attack.
And creeps looking more like a barracks for skeletons. It's a terrible way to describe it, but that's what they are. And 45 versus 46. The Farseer is back. Soin would be wise to try to get this potion of invulnerability, but I would be surprised to see INSUEP give it to him. Robe of the Magi. Again. Man, what a series from these two so far. Back and forth and back and forth we go. An even supply yet again. But a hero level advantage, a massive one at that for INSUEP. A 3 level advantage. 2 level advantage. Coil Nova again on the Farseer. Again, the Destroyer caught out of position, but only 1 of 2. Creeps getting involved in the action. Actually, the Creeps are kind of owning Soin right now. And so many skeletons left over. Raider out of position. And these creeps are going to INSUEP. 40 supply versus 50. Nova, let's make that 38. Nova, Coil. Kodo goes down. INSUEP seems to be going to the grand finals. Ring of Protection, by the way. They're gonna find a Fiend kill. Level 4 on the Farseer. INSUEP always at 50 supply, Soin always struggling to keep up. Oh, is that? Oh, so close to Torn Chief in level 3 there. Soin still has a lot of creeps. Look at all these creeps. Even this camp is available. So if they get in a creeping war here, interestingly, Soin might be able to catch up because everything is gone for INSUEP already. But I don't think he minds, because his hero levels are ridiculous again. But still, it's going to be, Shadowhunter level 4, Torn Chief level 3. Farseer can maybe claw his way to level 5. If they both just creep the whole map, which is why INSUEP maybe is running to go for the creep check. Want an answer, by the way. INSUEP thinks that Soin has just went right to the red camp, which he's right now, but actually the timing is just perfect for INSUEP. Soin not going to be able to get this red camp unless it can't be coiled or Nova'd. Oh, INSUEP's just going to be able to clean it up most likely, right? Just be careful though. It's very tempting for either player to dive in for that Reaver, but it would be a mistake. 3 Destroyers. INSUEP loves his Destros, doesn't he? Silence on the DC. No level 2 stomps available. INSUEP this time around has Heal Scroll, Potion of Vulnerability, and Town Portal. And the Lightning Shield Nova combo is so good. Potion of Vulnerability used early. Coil and Destroyer Heal Wave used on the Kodo that has eaten a Fiend. 47 versus 49, actually. The Creeps owning INSUEP this time, but the Shadowhunter gets nuked down. Every time I look away from a hero, INSUEP decides to nuke that hero. Destroyer falls. Statue goes down. Wolves resummon. Nuke now on the Farseer, but the Stomp keeps it alive for the time being. Ooh, INSUEP's losing a lot of units, everybody. 36 supply all of a sudden versus 45. And INSUEP about to lose 2 more Fiends. But they're both losing everything again. They're both losing everything again. But INSUEP will always end up with the better heroes. 2 more Berserkers fall. Man. Dark Ranger about to be level 5 again. These are the same hero levels we had last game. 5, 5, 4. And that Reaver still available. What a nice game. I was about to say something really mean, but I won't. Ancient Jag of Endurance. Very nice item. Might be a town portal out, though, because where the hell are INSUEP's units right now? Okay, Raider goes down. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, okay. If there was a Chain Lightning. I think, honestly, a Stomp Chain Lightning combo. Okay, yeah, he's like 5 mana off the Chain Lightning. But if he had that, Stomp and Chain Lightning would have actually been enough damage to kill that Dark Ranger there. I think.
A player's force.
Okay. Couple of creep camps left on the map. 1, 2, 3, 4 left. This will make 3. 2 of those being a green camp. And 1 of those being the red camp, which is about to be crept by 3 heroes on their lonesome, apparently. Thorn Chieftain trying to get to level 5. Shadowhunter should be back soon. Okay, it is back. And so in long distance, mines, clarity on the Shadowhunter. Items, again, don't really matter. It's more the consumables. CJ base with the tier 1. Thank you, CJ. And INSUEP gets a double aura, makes that a triple aura. Warsong Battle Drums yet again. 0-0 upgrades, by the way, for the Fiends, whereas Soin still continues to get no upgrades. Coil, Nova, Raider goes down. Money silence on all 3 heroes. Level 3 skeletons are ridiculously strong. And INSUEP pushing forward. Level 2 Dark Ritual, by the way. Paired with 400 HP skeletons, I think you get 300 mana per... That's why he's got 500 mana right now. Oh my god, he's about to have Lich level 5. I just simply don't really see a way against these heroes for Soin. He's keeping up in supply, but as soon as they get in a fight, INSUEP's just going to use 6 Novas in a row. He's just going to use 6 Novas. And now he's buying some claws, maybe. Claws plus 12 available. Gloves of Haste claws, yeah. I simply don't see a way for Soin to win a fight at this stage. He's maybe got to go for a hero kill. This Lich is about to hit level 5. He's got infinite Novas. He's just going to tear him up. Soin goes forward. If the Torn Chieftain and Farseer can hit level 5, those can be the big carries. Potion of Invulnerability. No town portal, worth noting, for either player, and a single Potion of Invulnerability for both players. Coil Nova almost kills the Farseer in 1 shot. Oh, Death Knight being focused. Hex, but immediately devoured. Stomp. Uh-oh! Potion of Invulnerability is passed over on time. Coil Nova Farseer falls out of nowhere. And now the Shadowhunter soon to die as well. INSUEP almost losing the Death Knight there. That Stomp is big, but the Shadowhunter also. Coil kills it. Hex before he dies, but Devour is always there as well. Okay, Stomp. The Death Knight is going to die. Level 5 on the Torn Chieftain. And this will be a big level 3 Stomp, but it is 36 against 45 supply currently. Oh, the Lich is going to get stomped here. Both players about to lose. Can the Raider get in front to block? Gloves of Haste sold. Everything being sold. Greater Heal purchased. Everything being sold for Soin as well. He was trying to buy the Potion of Invulnerability. And GG will be called. And 2-1 for INSUEP. You see him panicking, selling Rings of Protection to try to buy the Greater Potion of Invulnerability. All right. We do have a Todd versus Super Bowl Grand Finals now. Nice try to Soin. Well played to iNSUEP, beating Soin twice in a row now in best of threes. That was a much more exciting best of three than the last one, though. All right, so we'll take a short break. We'll let these two veto. Will be Canada versus France or Germany, whatever you prefer. In the grand finals, we'll be right back.